What if North Korea never existed? In 1945, the year of World War II, the United States dropped 2 atomic bombs on Japan. By September, they'd reached the Yalu River just north of the 38th parallel. At this point, the Americans had not yet crossed the Yellow Sea to occupy Korea. So the Soviets, instead of withdrawing, pushed south all the way to the Han River, just north of Seoul. They then set up a puppet state with one of their generals, Kim Il-sung, as its leader. The Americans eventually did intervene and pushed the Soviets back north of the 38th parallel. But that didn't stop the Soviets from continuing to support Kim Il-sung and his band of communist guerrillas, which led to the Korean War. But what if the Soviets had never marched into Korea at all? But it's likely that Korea would have still ended up being divided. There were already 2 Koreas before the Second World War. There was the Kingdom of Goryeo, which existed from 918 to 1392, and the more recent Korean Empire, which was founded in 1897 and lasted until 1910. The Japanese had already taken control of the Korean peninsula by this point, but the Koreans still had a sense of national identity. Well, for starters, there would have been no Korean War. Without North Korea, the Cold War would have been a lot less cold and a lot more localized. The Americans wouldn't have had to worry about a communist takeover of South Korea. Maybe they would have even gotten along well enough to form a grand alliance against China, which would have been a very interesting turn of events. Of course, this is all just speculation. The only thing that we can be sure of is that history is full of what-ifs. Do you think North Korea will still exist in 100 years? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.